Waking Up with BT. I'm Meredith on the Thursday morning. Feedback is something we give and receive every single day. While constructive feedback can be a fantastic resource, negative feedback can throw us for a big loop and really affect our energy. So here this morning with tips on making feedback work for us is leadership coach Kendra Reddy. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's great to have you here. Sorry about our cold weather. I know you're headed back to the West Coast, Best Coast.
I am, yeah.
But this is an important conversation because it often gets a bad rap.
It does.
So walk us through that. Why is it viewed so negatively? Because then our defenses get up.
Yeah.
Right?
Feedback it's turned into a blame game. Most people just come in, point out what's not working, toss in a little vague advice, and then peace out. That's not feedback. That's an emotional drive-by. The magic of feedback happens when you stick around and you actually collaborate with the other person. What exactly needs to change? How are we going to do that? What support's available? That's when feedback turns into a force for growth.
I love that. Because, yeah, even if I think about it, like if someone says to me, oh, can I give you some feedback? My immediate reaction is, yeah, I can tighten up. Like I have a physical reaction, right? As opposed to opening up to understanding what might transpire from there. You make a really interesting distinction between giving feedback and giving an opinion. So what is that difference?
Yeah, an opinion is an expression of preference. I like this, I don't like that. And all advice is autobiographical, even your boss's. And so opinions matter, but they're not feedback. Feedback is sacred. It's not about tearing down. It's about building up. It's about believing in someone's strength and calling them into their potential. Like it's right there in the title, feedback. So if your words aren't nourishing, if they're not clarifying and supportive, then it's leadership sabotage.
And this is stuff that can work, obviously, in the workplace, but
Absolutely.
also in your personal life as well. And you're going to walk us through a few scenarios right now to see how we might respond.
Yep.
Okay. I love this. It's like acting 101. Here we go. So scenario one, the workplace, you're having a performance review. I mean, people are used to that. Your boss, and you haven't really had the year you wanted to have. So, you know, you're feeling maybe a little anxious going into it. How would you approach this?
I see this with clients all the time, and my biggest advice, most people prepare by preparing their defense. You may have absolutely valid and legitimate reasons why you weren't able to knock it out of the park, but my advice is always don't lead with that defense because it's going to make you seem like you're not open to feedback. And corporate cultures love to preach about feedback. So your boss is obligated to give you feedback even if they suck at it because it's part of their job description. That doesn't mean that you need to respond from fear and anxiety.
That's a good mindset going into a meeting like that, like flipping it. So because if you prepare for that defense, that's what you will probably bring out of your boss.
Exactly, exactly.
Smart.
And so just listen, I'd say, remember that feedback is an offering, it's not a verdict. And so your job is to listen deeply, take it seriously, but don't take it personally. Let your boss say everything they need to say, and when they're finished, say, thank you. You've given me a lot to think about. I need to digest this a little before I respond.
Oh, these are good. These are really good tips, Kendra. Okay, so let's go personal. Family gathering. Someone always has feedback for us. Maybe we've just gotten through the holidays. We've got about 40 seconds left. How do we respond to that? No, no. Were you at mine?
Listen, this is when boundaries become your superpower. So when anti-opinion chimes in with unsolicited advice, meet it with grace. Listen, I love that you care enough to give me advice, but I'm comfortable with my choices. And it's family, so you got to expect some hurt feelings. And just remember, that is part of the process of setting boundaries, is letting people have their reaction. You can draw a line without burning a bridge.
That's smart. That's so smart. Come back. Kendra Reddy on Instagram. Is that where people are finding you?
Yes, thank you so much.
Perfect. Right? All those subtle shifts. We're going to do it. Feedback is good.